Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be another unboxing. I'm unboxing the Madam Glam Advent Calendar for 2024. So I'm going to be opening up this whole thing and seeing what's inside. I'm super excited, but if you were planning on purchasing this for yourself and you didn't want to have any spoilers, then I suggest maybe clicking off of this video. I definitely don't want to be the cause of any spoilers. So if you were hoping for this to be a surprise, then maybe this isn't the video for you. But if you were interested in purchasing it and you did want to know what's inside, or if you're just curious and want to know what's inside, regardless of whether you're planning on purchasing it, stay tuned. We are going to open this up. This box is stunning. First of all, I love the ballerinas over here. It's giving me Nutcracker vibes. It's so stunning. It is secured with a ribbon over here at the side. This is so beautiful. I'm so excited to get into it. So let's jump in. We'll do swatches of everything. Let's go. So I'm just pulling open the ribbon here and we can open up the whole box and see what it looks like inside. Ooh! So fun. Oh, I can't fit the whole thing in frame, but there are 12 different doors to open up. This is a little bit different from their advent calendar from last year. Last year they did a 24-day calendar, but they did a mix of a bunch of different things. They had foils and top coats and base coats and a few different gels. They actually had mini gels in last year's advent calendar. If you've been on my channel and you've ever seen me using mini Madam Glam gel polishes, that was actually from last year's calendar. But this year they decided to do 12 days, as you can see here, 12, and give full-size gel polishes in each of the doors instead of doing minis, and I think that's amazing and a great value. So let's just start from the beginning and open up door number 1 and see what's inside. Okay, in box number 1, ooh, okay, hold on. Oh, it's very deep in there. It's actually padded in foam, which is really nice. It's holding everything in place really nicely. It's just a little bit hard for me to get my fingers in. I actually have shorter nails on now than I usually do, and it was still a bit difficult, but don't mind me, that's my problem. But here we have a silk off rubber base. Beautiful. I'm going to be doing swatches at the end of everything so that we can see what they look like swatched out, but for now I just want to open the whole box. So let's see. Ooh. So it looks like it's this like milky white with little flecks of glitter inside. Let's see if I can have the camera focus. Yeah, look at that. That's really pretty. I can't wait to see what this looks like swatched out so we can like really see how opaque this is, but it is really beautiful. Really nice. It's called Fairy Primer. Cute. Okay, let's move on to door number 2. Here we go. Ooh, it looks red. Perfect for the season, for the holiday season. Let me just struggle for a second. Okay, this is called Fireside Embrace. Ooh, that is making me feel so cozy. I have a goal and a dream to have a beautiful wood fireplace, like wood burning fireplace in my forever home one day. Right now I just live in an apartment that I rent, but one day I would love to have a fireside to sit by. Ooh, look how beautiful that red is. So stunning. It's got like the slightest undertone of pink. Beautiful color. Stunning. Okay, that's exciting. Moving on to door number 3. It's over here. Oh no, I ripped it. I have to be so careful. There we go. That one wasn't perforated as smoothly as the other ones were, but that's okay. Okay, looks like we've got a no-wipe top coat. I like the Madam Glam top coats that have like little bits of stuff in them because it like definitely adds to a design and just really adds some interest without too much complication. So it's a no-wipe top coat. It is in the shade Christmas Eve Sky. Ooh, that I can smell the scent of snow just thinking about that name. Do you also have that? Can you also smell when it smells like it's gonna snow? Like, there's definitely a scent in there. I know there's definitely a name for it. I'm pretty sure there's like a word and a name for, ooh, like the scent of snow. Look how beautiful. So it is this little golden flecked top coat. So stunning. Wow, that's beautiful. That does look like a Christmas Eve sky. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. And moving on to door number 4, which is over here. I'm being careful, trying not to rip this one. I feel like the first 2 were perforated so well, and then the next 2 were not perforated as easily, but just be careful, go slow. It looks like another gel polish. Ooh, I can see the top looks like it's gonna be glitter. Yep, glitter. So this is called Golden Time. Beautiful, perfect for the holiday season, for New Year's, for everything coming up. Ooh. Wow, this is like a really densely packed with glitter polish over here. So there's definitely like gold in it, but there are other colors as well. I'm seeing like flecks of purple and flecks of blue. So it's more of like this white gold color. It's not like a yellowy gold. And it's definitely got flecks of other stuff going on. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, I can't wait to swatch that. That's gonna be stunning. So pretty, oh my gosh. This is like already so exciting, and the full-size bottles in comparison to like the minis that they had last year is kind of a little bit more exciting. I mean, you get less variety of products themselves in this box, but getting the full sizes is pretty fun. So moving on to day number 5 over here. Oh yeah, that one was definitely easier to open. Ooh, purple. Love me a good purple. This one is called Crystal Aurora. Looks like it's got some sort of sheen or a pearl to it. Ooh, look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, it's totally giving me mermaid vibes. It's got this beautiful iridescent shade to it. Look at that, look how stunning. It's like a bluish purple iridescence. That's really beautiful. Also, I forgot to I haven't really been pointing out, but the packaging and the bottles themselves actually have some detail to them. So over here you can see there's this little ballerina here in the corner, and over here there's just some different designs. So aside for like the bottles being full-sized and whatever, like the packaging themselves is actually pretty special for the season. So you're definitely getting some sort of, I'm assuming, limited edition kind of packaging with this advent calendar, which is super fun. It definitely just makes the polishes more exciting and more special even after the season has passed, because they'll always just have this beautiful packaging to it. So I think that's really, really special. Okay, moving on to day number 6. Here we go. Ooh, green, my favorite color. Oh my gosh. Yes, I've been needing a true green. I keep saying that every time I come across green. I'm like, oh, I've been needing that, but really I need all the greens, Okay, so this one is called Divine Noel. Okay, looks like it's going to be a cream. So not any kind of like sparkle or shimmer. Ooh, that is a stunning green. And you know, despite the fact that I have a ton of greens in my collection, I feel like I've been missing just like a straight up green. Just like a not a primary, because green's not a primary color, but you know, like a real green, like a true green color. I have all these like different types of greens, a mint green, and a teal green, and a dark green, and a forest green, and an olive green, and a sage green, but no like true green. And this is definitely filling a hole in my collection. What a stunning color. Oh my gosh, the creaminess of that, I can just, it looks beautiful. And just a little close up on the packaging. Got these beautiful little snowflakes and some ornaments. Such beautiful packaging. Oh my gosh, this is really, really special. Okay, moving on to day 7. I also like that the days are like kind of like interspersed. They're not in order, so it just kind of makes it like a little bit fun and exciting. It's not just, you know, it's just a little bit fun and exciting. Hold on, I'm struggling with this one again. Some of them are perforated better than others, that's for sure. Oh, I don't want to ruin it. If you are like concerned about ruining it, and if you're going to be opening this up day by day, maybe having this advent calendar on display somewhere in your home, and you don't want it to look ruined, I suggest maybe opening it with like a pair of tweezers or something and just being a little bit more gentle, because it seems like they're not all perforated perfectly evenly. Moving on to the next color. Ooh, look at that beautiful packaging, gorgeous snowflake and that little corner detail. the detail and the attention to detail here in this calendar, I think, is really, really beautiful. So this is called Sugar Plum. Ooh, it's making me think of the cover, like Sugar Plum Fairies. I mean, I was thinking Nutcracker, just because I was thinking like ballet, but Sugar Plum Fairy works as well. Let's check this out. And if this is like a mauve-y color, ooh, it's a glittery, it's a shimmery mauve-y color. Ooh, beautiful. Look how stunning that is. Oh, that shimmer is so beautiful. I love these kinds of colors. I feel like mauve is like the best neutral in my opinion, because it's like kind of pink, kind of grayish, kind of purplish, because like there are lots of different extensions of mauve, and I think mauve looks great on anyone and everyone. It's like the most versatile neutral color. I think it's the best in my opinion. Moving on to day number 8. Just trying to be really, really careful here. Ooh, maybe a gray. It looks a little bit gray. I do love gray. Gray is like my second favorite neutral. Wait. Okay, this is called Ballerina Blush. And let's look at, oh, look at that. Those are like the ballerinas from the cover. Such beautiful packaging. Ooh, this one's a bit tight. Oop, kind of popped that off a bit. That was my bad. I kind of like squeezed it a bit too hard. It was tightly closed, but that's good. That means it didn't leak anywhere. Ooh, so this is like an almost white pink. So it's definitely got like, it's got the tiniest hint of pink. So it's not like a straight up stark white. It's got like the subtlest undertone of pink. So I guess Ballerina Blush is definitely an apropos name. I think we'll be able to see a better when it's swatched out, but it definitely has like the slightest hint of pink. Oh, this is such a great like neutral base background color. That is going to be a favorite for sure. Okay, so after that we have day number 9. So we are almost to the end of the calendar, and so far I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but I've been loving everything. I mean, I love gel polish, I love sparkles, I love glitter. I mean, it's hard to like disappoint me when it comes to these kinds of things, you know. I'm excited for everything. Ooh, here we go. Another, looks like another creamy shade. Oh, maybe this one actually has a bit of iridescence to it. Another gorgeous ballerina here. And this one is called Copper Radiance. Oof, beautiful. It's like this gorgeous silvery taupe color with shimmer going through it. Not exactly what I would think of when I think of copper. Copper, I think like very reddish, but this is still a stunning shade. Oh, so beautiful. I love a good taupe. And that silver shimmer running through it is so beautiful. Look at that. Stunning. Ooh, all these are really, really so beautiful. I can't pick a favorite. Moving on to day 10. Let me know at the end of this video which one was your favorite and which color you would like wear the most, which one you thought was the prettiest. This one is called Frosted Crystal. Is that a typo, or is that meant to be frosted? Because I'm kind of thinking like roasted, but also supposed to be like frosted, right? It's not supposed to be frosted. I don't think that A is supposed to be there. I don't know. If that's a typo, then that's fine. And if it's not, then also fine, I guess. Frosted or Frosted Crystal. I'm not really sure which. Looks like a beautiful blue color. Actually, the dark blue that I have here on my fingers is from Madam Glam. It was actually from last year's advent calendar. I actually did a video on this nail set. It went up a couple days ago, so I will link that in the corner if you want to check it out. But I'm curious to see how this color will compare to the ones that I have on my nails now, and in comparison to last year's color, because it was not Frosted Crystal last year. That's not the shade that I'm wearing now. Ooh. Really, really gorgeous deep blue. It's actually very, very similar to the color that I have on now. The color that I have on now is called Obsidian, and I don't know if it still exists on Madam Glam's website. I can check and just leave a note here on the screen to let you know if it still exists as a color, if it was exclusive to last year's calendar, but it's a very, very, very similar color. Once I swatch it out, ooh, it dripped on my finger. I'm gonna have to go wipe that. Once I swatch it out, I'll be curious to compare it like side by side swatched. But if Madam Glam Obsidian doesn't exist anymore, this might be the color replacement that they have for it. The frosted crystal. Hold on, let me wipe this off and I'll be right back. All cleaned up and ready to move on to day number 11. So this is the second to last door. Curious to see. Ooh, looks like more sparkly things. You know, I'm always down for a good sparkle. Ooh, look at that beautiful packaging. So stunning. This is called Clouded Pearl. Ooh, that sounds really beautiful. So here we go. Ooh. Okay, so this is like a milky, clear polish with flecks of silver in it. Can we focus? There we go. I'll be curious to see how this compares to that base coat. I think it was the first one that we opened that also was like a milky white with flecks of stuff in it. So I definitely want to compare the two. But this is beautiful. Ah, this is stunning for like wintry, snowy nails. And I actually have a design coming soon where I'm going to be incorporating some snowy, wintry vibes. And actually, these polishes that I've been unboxing here would actually work really, really well for the idea that I have in mind. So I might actually put this to use in an upcoming, very, very soon upcoming video. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in seeing how I incorporate these into a nail art design, because this is really stunning. Oh, look at those gorgeous little flakes of shimmer. Beautiful. Okay. And last but not least, we have day number 12. Here it is. Let's open her up. Let's try to be really, really careful. I really don't want to ruin this any more than I have. I'm also trying not to like break my nails because they're a bit tight, but that's okay. Oh my gosh. I love these reddishy brown tones. Such a gorgeous brown for the season. So the packaging, we've got another gorgeous ballerina and some snowflakes or snow frost or just sparkles. And this is called Nutmeg Spice. Oh my gosh, just thinking about nutmeg is just I love pumpkin spice lattes. I know I'm a basic bitch, but there's just something so special about pumpkin spice and the pumpkin spice season. And I can tell that there's going to be something super, super special about this polish as well. Honestly, I think they might have saved the best for last. I haven't seen it yet, but hold on. Camera's not focusing. Oh, look how stunning. So it's this gorgeous reddishy brown base with red and gold and green and brown glitter. And the glitter is so, so, so dense. Oh my gosh. Wow. Honestly, I think they might have saved the best for last. I think this might be my favorite one just because it's so glittery. And, you know, me, I love my glitters. I'm always my happiest when I'm around glitter. I feel like the advent calendar in the background is kind of not really helping the camera focus, but look how beautiful. Okay, so I am going to swatch all these up and do some comparisons just because I am curious to see what they look like next to each other. So stick around, let's do that, and let me know which one is your favorite and which one you are most excited for. So I'm back and ready to do some swatches, but first things first, I just wanted to point out a few things. First of all, this frosted crystal, this is actually, from what appears to be on the website, a typo. This is supposed to be frosted crystal without the A. That's what I assumed. I don't know if everyone got a typo and it was just like a mass-produced problem, or if it was like in batches if this was a problem, or if I'm the only one who got a typo. Let me know if you did pick this up. When you unbox this gel and when you finally open it, let me know. Come back and let me know in the comments, does yours say frosted or frosted? I'm really curious to find out because I think this is just like really funny and just it gave me a good laugh. So nothing too serious, of course. It's just all fun and games, but let me know if you got frosted or frosted. Next, I did want to point out that the Madam Glam Obsidian shade, that's the dark blue here that I have on my nails, is no longer in stock on Madam Glam's website. I don't know if it was exclusive to last year's advent calendar. It's very possible it was. This is Obsidian. So this is what I have, and initially I was going to swatch all of these new gel polishes in order of how we unboxed it, but I just want to compare it to this color to see if Frosted Crystal is the replacement for Obsidian. So I figured we'll just like start with this one and then backtrack. I hope that's okay with you. So I just created like a bunch of swatch sticks. I got these swatch sticks off of Amazon. I can link them down below if you want, and I just use a label maker also purchased off of Amazon to create my labels. I'll have that listed down below along with the advent calendar if you are interested. None of my links are affiliated. Amazon doesn't know who I am. They know my credit card very well, but they don't know me. And Madam Glam has no idea who I am. So the links in the description box are just for your convenience if you want them, but they're not affiliated in any way. So I'm just curious to give this a swatch. So here we've got Frosted Crystal. It's looking very, very similar to Obsidian. I think this might be like their replacement, especially if Obsidian was limited edition just for the advent calendar of last year. And again, I don't know if these polishes as well are also limited edition or if they will be sold separately. But here is one coat of Frosted Crystal. And here's Obsidian. This Obsidian swatch does have 2 coats, and they are looking really, really similar. So I'm going to pop Frosted Crystal into the lamp for a cure, and I'm going to do a second coat, but I'm pretty sure this is the same color, just relabeled. So here is Obsidian. It was a little mini from last year's advent calendar. And this is Frosted Crystal over here. You can see, I mean, Frosted, obviously, like the labeling of this one has much more intricate detail, but the labels themselves are quite similar. This one's a bit bluer. This one happens to be lean a little bit more purple, but it does look like a very, very similar colored label. And because this was a mini, it didn't have like a swatch on top, so we can't really compare that. But I did do the swatches like I showed you just before, and I mean, if there's a difference between these 2 colors, it is so minute that, I mean, I'm not picking it up. Frosted Crystal might be a bit richer. Maybe the pigment might be a bit stronger, but I think the color overall is the same. So if you have Obsidian, or if you wanted Obsidian, or you're running out of it, or anything like that, Frosted Crystal can be a good option to replace it with. It's very close. I mean, this close together, you can see maybe the tiniest hint of a difference, but they're so close that like you wouldn't actually be able to tell. To my eyes, they look the same. Let me know if you're seeing something different, how you're seeing them. But personally, I'm not upset about having it because, like I said, the Obsidian was a tiny little mini, and I've used it quite a lot, and I can feel it starting to get to the end. So having a larger size is totally fine with me. I'll probably just put this like in some like storage or something until I finish this one, and then pull it out just so that I don't confuse myself and think that it's the same, like different colors or anything. But I don't have a problem with having the same color, especially because this one is a mini. But in case you were curious, that's that. And now let's move on to doing the rest of the swatches, and I'll do that in order of how we unboxed it, just to keep some sort of rhythm. So here we have the rubber base in Fairy Primer, and I was really curious to see what this would look like once it was swatched out, and we can see the color a bit better. So it's this very milky color with flecks of white particles in it. Is it like crystals? Very subtle shimmer. So I can already tell it's not going to be exactly the same as, what was it, the pearl one? We'll get to it when we get to it. I thought it might look the same as that, but that one had like silvery chunks, and this one has more like white chunks. This one looks more like snow. That is so beautiful. Look how stunning that is. Do you see those little bits? So they're definitely different. I can tell just based off of this one swatch here. They're different, but I'm curious to see how different. So we'll have everything swatched, then we'll do comparisons, and then I'm also going to make it dark in here and use the flash of my camera so we can see how all of the glitters sparkle under flashlight. And here we have it after 2 coats, so you can see the little flecks, the little particles of white and silver in there. It definitely looks like a pile of snow. It looks so beautiful. This is really stunning. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's move on to the next shade. So here we have Fireside Embrace. This beautiful red with like the slightest undertone of pink to it. I'm curious to see how pink it'll look once it's swatched out. And it's this beautiful creamy color. Oh yeah, you can see it's quite pink. It's definitely not a true red. It's definitely more of like a raspberry, which is stunning and beautiful and unique. So beautiful. I'm curious to see how strong this pigment will be built up. So definitely going to be doing 2 coats for everything just so we can see. But here is Fireside Embrace. And here is Fireside Embrace with 2 coats. So it definitely builds up to this really beautiful, rich raspberry tone. This is really, really beautiful. I love the creaminess of it. It just glided on the nail, on the tip so beautifully. Such a gorgeous opaque color. That's really stunning. Next up, we have Christmas Eve Sky. So this one was a glittery one. Ooh, so excited. So this one was clear, as you can see. I mean, we showed before, but this one's clear with some flecks of sparkle in it. So I'm curious to see how dense the sparkle will be. Oh, this was a top coat, right? I do believe so. So it's going to be clear with some flecks of glitter in it. Really, really stunning. Just flecks of silver. Oh my gosh, you can put this over like literally any of the polishes in this collection and it would just add a beautiful sparkle and shine. So I decided to stick with just 1 coat of polish for this one because it is a top coat, so it's not really meant to be built up to like full opacity or pigment, and I wouldn't use it in that way. I would just use it as like an overall top coat, so I wouldn't be building up the glitter too much. I figured this is a pretty good representation of what it would look like, so I decided that 1 layer would be good enough. It's so beautiful. It really does look like a Christmas Eve sky. So stunning. Next we have Golden Time. So this was the more goldenish shimmer. This one that had it had like flecks of purple and green and blue in it. Oh, so beautiful. Look at that. So stunning. So let's see how densely packed. Yeah, so this one is also more of a topper situation. I mean, it's not a top coat, but it is not as densely packed. It's definitely just a sheer wash of glitter. But this one I will build up with 2 coats just so we can see what it looks like that way. Look how beautiful. But you can see it is quite sheer. It does have a sheer base. But those reflective glitters are so stunning. Oh my gosh. And here it is after 2 coats. So the glitter density can definitely be built up. If you put this on like a neutral background or a neutral base, it would definitely fill in all of the gaps. It is such a beautiful color. I love that it's like this like pale, almost white gold, definitely not like a yellow or an antique gold. And then the flecks of like purple and blue and green that you're seeing. Oh my gosh, it's so stunning. I'm sure it'll look even better under flash. Like I said, as soon as I'm done with the swatches, I want to do like a flashlight over the glittery and shimmery gels just so we can see what they look like under that kind of lighting because they always look so beautiful. Next up, we have Crystal Aurora, and this one was like that like purpley lilac-y shade with the iridescent. Yeah, oh, so stunning. I'm curious again also, as with the other 2, how densely pigmented this is, or if this is, yeah, this seems a little bit more like a topper and something that would definitely benefit from a deeper color under it because it's quite, I mean, you can definitely see the sparkle and you can see the hint of purple, but I feel like if you put this on top of purple, let's see just really quickly what it would look like and on top of the red. I don't want to touch it because I didn't cure it yet. But you see, once you put it on top of a deeper color, it'll come out more. And I'm sure if you did this like over a purple polish or something, it would really shine. Let's do 2 coats of this as well, just so we can see how the color pigment builds up. So here it is with 2 coats. You can see that the purple iridescent color definitely got built up and is more obvious. I'm curious to see what it'll look like on top of Frosted Crystal. Yeah, so once you put like a darker base under it, it will definitely shine a bit more. So this is definitely like a topper, but it's so beautiful. I love how ethereal and subtle it is. It's so beautiful. Moving on to the green, the shade Divine Noel. Now, remember when I said that I don't have a lot of like true green colors in my collection and I was really excited to have this? Well, as I was thinking about it, I remembered that there was actually a green in last year's advent calendar as well. Again, also in a mini. And this one was called Star Sapphire. I was actually quite confused because I thought sapphires were blue, but maybe they can be green too. This was a mini, and I'm thinking these might actually be the same, similar to the Frosted Crystal and Obsidian shade. So out of just curiosity, so this is Star Sapphire, and here we have the new one. They look kind of close, right? I did pull out the swatch of that one as well, just so we could compare. But, I mean, these are looking kind of close, right? They're looking kind of close. So here I have the swatch of Star Sapphire from last year's advent calendar. And now we're going to swatch the new one and compare side by side. I think these also might be the same color, just renamed and rebranded a little bit. So let's see. I have my swatch stick over here ready to go. And let's go in with our first coat. Oh yeah, this is looking pretty similar. Pretty similar. So this is like just good information if you had last year's advent calendar and you weren't sure if you wanted to pick up this one. I mean, not everything is the same, of course. There are differences, but there are a couple of similar shades, and if that's something that bothers you or something that's a pro for you, that's definitely good to know. So here we have last year's and this year's. I mean, this year's so far I only did one coat, so we'll definitely build it up to 2 to match last year's so that it can be a fair comparison, but these are looking pretty close. Also, while I'm waiting for that gel polish to cure in the lamp, I did want to point out that last year's advent calendar did have a full-sized top coat, no white top coat with flakes in it. Initially, I didn't really think about pointing it out when I was unboxing this year's advent calendar with this top coat because I could tell immediately that they're not the same. This one had holographic flecks and the flecks are much larger. And this one was definitely silver and had more fine glitter, so I didn't initially think to compare them, but I figured while we're here doing comparisons, in case you did have last year's and you were wondering if this year's was worth it or necessary for you to get, I did want to just point that out, and this did come as a full size in last year's advent calendar. And while we're here, this is what last year's looked like. So it was called Arctic Blast, and you can see that the flecks are much bigger and does have this holographic effect to it, whereas this year's, the Christmas Eve Sky, definitely has a silvery goldish coloring to it. So these are definitely not the same, but I figured while I'm sitting here waiting for the gel to cure, this was just something worth pointing out while I'm doing comparisons. So just so you know there. And here we have the 2 greens from the past 2 advent calendars. I'm pretty sure these are the same colors. You can see that they are, yeah, they're the same. Let's not try to beat around the bush here. They are definitely the same color. But again, like I mentioned with the blue ones, it's not a problem for me. I don't care, especially because the green is a smaller one from last year, so I'll have a larger size. But they are definitely the same color. So just so that you know, if you were thinking about picking this up, if you had last year's, or if you were just curious how things compare, they are definitely the same color, just rebranded a little bit. Moving on, we have the shade Sugar Plum. So this was that like mauve-y with some shimmer in it. Now this one was definitely not in last year's advent calendar. That I know for sure. So this is a thinner consistency than the creamy ones and definitely not as densely packed as the glitters because this is a much finer, shimmerier, thinner shimmer. It's not glitter per se, it's much finer and thinner. So the consistency is a bit thinner, but it's still really nice. That color is beautiful. Look how stunning that is. That like silver shimmer running through it is really so beautiful. I love this kind of color. I think it just so beautiful. It's perfect neutral. It looks good on every skin tone. It's just the best color out there. And here it is built up with 2 coats. So beautiful. I love that fine and delicate silver shimmer running through it. I think it's so beautiful. Such a gorgeous color. Next, we have Ballerina Blush. So this is the one that was a very, 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 very pale pink, or you can say a white with a pink undertone. I mean, I guess it can go both ways. Would you describe it as like a very light pink, almost white, or would you describe it as white with a pink undertone? I guess we'll see, and I can decide when it's swatched out which one it kind of leans more towards. Ugh, the creaminess of this shade is stunning to work with. Wow, look how that just filled in all the gaps and everything. I really do not need to be playing with it playing around with it as much as I am, but this consistency is beautiful. Would you call this white with a pink undertone, or such a light pink that it's almost white? I think it's like a very, 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 very pale pink. But I can also see it being white with a pink undertone. And let me know if you don't think there's a difference between those two things. That can be a possibility as well. But it does look slightly pinkish. It could also be reflecting off of my background, but I don't think so. I think it's just a very, 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 very light pink. Here it is after 2 coats. It really did not need 2 coats. That first coat was so opaque and so pigmented. It really did not need a second coat, but I figured for the sake of consistency, I would just do a second coat, but it really didn't need it. Oh my gosh, speaking of consistency, the consistency of this cream gel polish was beautiful to work with. Oh my gosh, it was so creamy and beautiful. Really love the consistency of this one. Next up, we have Copper Radiance. So I've got my swatch stick here, ready to go. So this one also had like a very, very fine shimmer running through it. So let's see. I'm curious to see if the consistency will be the same as the other one, the Sugar Plum. Ooh, look at that gorgeous, gorgeous champagne color. Oh, so stunning. It's such a sophisticated shade of gold. It's like if you want to do gold, but you don't want to do yellow gold, because that can kind of look sometimes maybe a little bit not so refined. This is a gorgeous way to go. Oh, so beautiful. And it's got such a stunning shimmer running through it. Do you see how beautiful that is? It's actually a bit thicker in consistency compared to the Sugar Plum one. The Sugar Plum one was a very, very thin consistency. It was like almost watery. This one had a bit more substance to it. Not that there's anything wrong with either formula. I'm just mentioning it so that you know. But I will definitely do a second coat of this one. And we can see how it builds up. But this is such a beautiful, refined, sophisticated gold. Ugh, loving it. And here it is after the second coat. It is so, so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I love this champagne-y tone with all of the glitter running through it, the shimmer. It's so, so, so stunning. This is really quite radiant, as the name would imply. Really, really pretty. Moving on now to the second to last gel polish. This is Clouded Pearl, and this is the one that I wanted to compare with the first one with the rubber base, just so we can see the different tones. So let's give this a swatch and then compare. Oh, so this is a much, much thinner consistency. I mean, the first one was a rubber base, so it definitely had like a thicker, more like putty-ish kind of consistency. This consistency is very, very thin. It's very similar to the Sugar Plum consistency. It's like almost water. You can see how easily I'm moving that around. It's a really, really thin consistency. So consistency-wise, they're definitely different. And I think that's also playing to what it looks like. I'm kind of scared to turn this over. I feel like it's going to leak everywhere a little bit, maybe drip, but look how beautiful it is with those flecks of silver in it. So I'm going to give this a cure, and then we can see what this looks like in comparison to the rubber base that we unboxed first. So here it is after 2 coats, and it definitely does have that cloudy feel to it, as the name would suggest. And just for comparison, here is the rubber base that we got in the beginning. And you can see that they are very different. The coloring is very different, and the flecks inside are very different as well. So they're not the same at all. I actually think I prefer the rubber base one, the Fairy Primer. I think it's just a little bit more refined and sophisticated, but Clouded Pearl is beautiful as well. I think I just enjoy the subtler shimmers in this one as opposed to the larger flecks in the Clouded Pearl. Let me know which one you prefer, but they definitely are both beautiful and definitely each have their time and place. And finally, last but not least, we have Nutmeg Spice. Okay, I'm so excited to see what this looks like on a swatch because it is so dense with glitter. Oof, yeah. Look how beautiful that is. And it's dense with glitter, but the glitter is not large. It's like very fine, thin glitter, which is beautiful because then it really just adds so much dimension to the nail because all of the different glitters like overlapping each other is just so beautiful. This is such a pretty shade. Oh my gosh. I mean, you cannot deny how beautiful that is. I mean, I'm definitely going to do a second coat just so we can fill in the gaps. But look how that sparkles. Oh my gosh. I don't think anything screams more Christmassy than this, to be quite honest. And here it is after 2 coats. This gel is truly spectacular. It is so, so, so stunning. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun swatching all of these. They're all so beautiful. And now I'm going to turn off the lights and turn on the flash from my phone so we can see how these glitters really sparkle and shine under flash lighting. So here they all are in all of their shimmery glory. All of these are so stunning. You can see here the Crystal Aurora. That was the one that is like more of like an iridescent topper. Under the lighting here, you can definitely see the purple sheen that it has. This Nutmeg Spice is just so glittery. It looks like gorgeous twinkling Christmas lights. And these two over here are beautiful as well. I really do love Golden Time. All of the colors in that is just so beautiful. I mean, truly this looks magical. I love all of these. I can't really pick a favorite. I mean, Nutmeg Spice is just like so beautiful, but I really do love the rubber base as well, the fairy primer. There's just something so delicate and beautiful about it. It just looks like a winter wonderland. It's so beautiful, but each one of them really in their own right is so beautiful and so stunning. I'm really loving it. Let me know which one is your favorite. And here we have the solid cream gels together just so we can see how the colors compare. Really, really beautiful. All of these colors are stunning. And let's see what they all look like all together just so we can get one final view of the entire advent calendar all unboxed together. And here we have the 12 polishes all together. These are truly so, so stunning. Each one of them is so beautiful. I am so excited. I feel like the theme that this calendar was trying to portray has definitely been achieved. The festive colors, the twinkly lights, everything is so beautiful. I love that this was a shimmer heavy and glitter heavy calendar. We only have 4 solid colors and then all of these glitters and shimmers to go with it. So I think that was definitely a good move because these shimmers are truly breathtaking. I am so excited to start playing around with these. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. Let me also know if you'll be picking up this calendar. I'm just curious. Obviously, you can or you can't. It's all completely up to you. But I am so, so, so thrilled with these colors. This Golden Time one, oh my gosh, my eyes keep going right back to it. The way it glitters is just so stunning. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little unboxing video. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye!